Hello guys, welcome back to Celestial Chess. Today we are going to be talking about irregular pins, skewers, and forks. So let's zoom in on this very crazy chess adventure. Okay, here we are, our first stop. Okay, fork, sorry I changed the tabs to pin, but let's start it. Fork. Well, what is a fork first place? We have to know something before we can find out how to do it. So a fork is when one piece it's attacking any more than at least two pieces. So it can be in any piece. Even kings can fork, even pawns can fork, bishops can fork, rooks can fork, queens can fork, and knights can fork. I just showed you in one of these. We can see that the king, he's in check, so we can move here. But notice that also we're going to lose our queen. Was there anything we can do to save our queen and also get out of check? Well, no, there isn't. Well, if I had slightly changed the position and added one rook here, we can capture the knight and we saved ourselves. But unfortunately in this position there's no rook. So wherever the king goes, except here because the king he's gonna get in check. Wherever the king goes, except places that he will get checked in or again forked, he's going to lose the queen. No matter, let's say he tries to save the queen, still gonna capture it. So there's no way to stop this. And it becomes a draw because you can't checkmate with the knight. Okay, so let's keep it back. Now that you know what forks are, let's go on to pins. Okay, so in this position, we can see that white is in a pin. Notice that the knight cannot move. Look, if he moves, well, even though the computer lets me do it, it's illegal. Okay, and it's up. Let's say how we get into this pin. Well, let's say the knight was here, the position when I moved it. Okay. So the queen gave one check, and let's say the queen was here, and let's say the queen, let's keep the queen somewhere here, and let's say she gave one check. Well, white thought smartly, and he decided, I don't want to get checked too many times, so he decided to block with the knight. Now, the only way to get out of a pin with the king, you have to move the king. See, if we move the king, he's no longer in a pin. So you see, he can move here. So he's no longer in a pin. Notice that white cannot if we are not in a pin. And we are not in a pin. So now that you know what pins are, let's go on to irregular pins. I'll show you the difference. Okay. Irregular pins are a lot like regular pins. Sorry, let me change this to a black knight. Okay, so they're a lot like let's keep the king here. So actually in this position the knight can move, but he's risking it. Because look, a queen is the most powerful piece on the board, and if he moves, we're allowed to capture the queen. So yeah, let's change this to a rook. Okay. We're allowed to capture the queen. Okay. We're allowed to capture the queen. But this is just a picture of sorry, let me delete that. Okay, let me keep the king. This is just a picture of wait, let me change this position. Let's keep rook here. We'll keep a bishop here. And I'll keep the king here. Okay, so now this is official pin. There's nothing white can do to save himself. The only way he can save himself is check the white king. Well, obviously in this position it won't work. But also, we've got a pin. So this is actually, we just got a pin. Notice that the king can't move. Well, the king can move, but he's like going to lose this piece. But also he forgot about this pin. So we can capture the free queen. And notice that now longer he can't capture because it's under the white king square. So it's kind of cool. Okay, now that you know what regular pins are, irregular pins, you can actually move your pieces out. So let's keep the rope back. Okay, now last and final one, then I'm going to give you a quiz. Okay, so we're going to be learning, so in this position, we're going to be learning what skewers are. Sorry about this. Okay, so skewers are when the king is in front. It's the opposite of a pin. It's when a king, it's in front of any piece, doesn't matter. So and also an attacking piece is checking it. So, as we see, white king is in check. But notice also, that when the king moves, no matter where he goes, even if he tries to come and save the queen, this queen is a goner. So we can't. There's no way we can save this. Sorry. Let me keep it back. Okay, let's keep the position back. So there's no way to save it. There's no way to save the position unless you can capture the queen, give a check, and get your queen out. But there's no pieces to save that day. So no. Now that you know what a skewer is, I'm going to give you a test. This is a pin, fork, or a skewer. Okay, so let me clear board. Okay, so let's keep the kings here. Let's keep the rook here. Let's keep the bishop here. Let's keep the queen here. Let's keep let's add a knight here. Sorry, let's add the knight here. Sorry, here. Let's keep a rook here. And also, while I'm setting this up, notice that sometimes a fork doesn't have to involve a king. It can involve any other. It doesn't have to involve pieces. Okay, so we're almost done. We're literally almost done. Okay. Okay, so just one more thing. So I'm going to ask you, this is a real complicated position, but I know you guys can solve it. So, what is this? A pin, fork, skewer, a regular pin, or all of them? So, you might be saying all of them, and you are correct. Notice that the king is in check, so he has to move. And this is also a skewer. Notice that the bishop can capture the queen. And it doesn't have to be just a queen that can capture it. It can be any piece. And notice that this is an irregular pin because it's not a king. It's a rook. And if the rook moves out, we get the queen. And this is also a fork. It's attacking more than two pieces. And this is a pin because black is pinning the thing. So it's all of them mushed together. Now, I know this is really complicated, but if you said all of them, great job. I did not stump you. For some of you who said pins, forks, and irregular pins, you guys did a real great job. But you forgot about the skewer. But you did a real great job. Okay. Let's stop this. Okay, now that you know what pin, forks, and skewers are, can you tell them to me? What's that you say? Well, what is a fork? Forks are when one piece, doesn't matter what piece it is attacking more than one piece. So it can be any piece. What are pins? What's that you say? Pins are what? What are they? It's when a king cannot move. Oh, sorry. It's when another piece cannot move because it will be illegal. And why? Why can't we do that? Because the piece that will be pinning, the king will get attacked. What are irregular pins? Irregular pins are when you can move the piece, but it's a risky choice to do that. You can move the piece and it's not like a check, like you have to capture the king. It's not illegal. You can do it and you can capture the thing. That's what we call an irregular pin. What's a skewer? A skewer is the opposite of a pin. It's when the king is in front of any piece and another piece is checking it. And it's all of three pieces are on the same column, row, or diagonal, or file. You can call column a file too in chess. Okay, I hope you learned a lot about pins, irregular pins, forks, and skewers. Bye-bye, and I'll see you in my next video.